ValveTime.net.
Hi, and welcome to the ValveTime News. Each week we'll bring you the biggest talking points regarding Valve and the community. Now the news. Since we know many of you are only here for Half-Life news, we'll start off this episode with something just for you. You may have noticed the new Spotlight video we released earlier this week, which took an in-depth look at a series of recently leaked screenshots of model renders from the cancelled Half-Life 2 Episode 4 project we mentioned in January of this year. Unlike our previous roundup of images and content, these 8 new screenshots are not taken directly from an in-game build of the cancelled project, and are instead external renders of 3D models and assets planned to appear throughout the game. The images in question date to around 2007 and 2008, so we have no reason to presume the project, which was being developed by Arcane Studios, is any more than it was back when Valve cancelled the project after they shut down their plans for episodic gaming sometime after Half-Life 2 Episode 2 shipped. Sorry to burst the non-existent bubble, but if you're interested in hearing our thoughts regarding these newly discovered images, you might want to head on over to our Spotlight analysis, which will be available via an annotation link at the end of this video. This week proved particularly less structured than usual for Dota 2, as Valve released a series of major updates over a number of days in order to bring the game up to date with a massive number of balance and gameplay changes introduced by IceFrog in the version 6.78 update released to the original game over a week ago. While the changelogs are far too detailed and in-depth to realistically discuss here, a number of extremely important game-changing modifications were made, which we feel should be mentioned. Medusa, Skeleton King, and Husker all received major overhauls of existing abilities in order to retweak their usefulness in a variety of scenarios. Aghanim's Scepter featured as one of the game's most modified mechanics, as several heroes have had their ultimates extended or improved, including Silencer, Omni Knight, and Ancient Apparition, all which received Aghanim's Scepter support for the first time. Several other gameplay changes arrived in the form of a modified drafting system for Captain's Mode, several modifications to XP level requirements, reduced access to wards, an added suicide mechanic for Bloodstone, and a major buff to the Gem of True Sight, which can no longer be destroyed while on the ground. Cosmetic item sets were also included for Chen, Crystal Maiden, Enchantress, Tusk, and Medusa. As we mentioned earlier, the updates this week simply contain far too much information for us to discuss properly. So if you're looking to hear more about how the many changes introduced with the update have affected your favorite heroes or mechanics, be sure to head on over to Purge's patch analysis video, which features over a full hour of in-depth discussion from everyone's favorite previously mustachioed Dota 2 content creator. A link to his video will be provided in the video description alongside links to the official changelogs, Cyborg Matt's content analysis, and our own ValveTime.net write-up, should you want to explore the update's content more thoroughly. In other Dota news, it was revealed earlier this week that Valve is set to begin privately screening their esports-centric documentary later this month. The documentary, known as Free to Play, was previously previewed in a trailer released by GTTV late last year. Reporters over at Kotaku were sent the email currently being shown, which mentions that 4 private invite-only screening sessions will be taking place over a period of 3 weeks in late June, and that the documentary is upwards of around 2 hours in length. The film will take an in-depth look at Dota 2's esports system and how the extreme focus on video games has affected and changed the lives of some of the best players in the competitive scene. A follow-up email from Doug Lombardi confirmed that the film in question is indeed the Dota 2 documentary, and that Valve currently plan to beta test the video at this year's upcoming International 3 tournament in August 2013. We'll be sure to keep you up to date with any further developments regarding the documentary and any other film-related projects Valve may or may not be working on. We're looking at you, Abrams. Counter-Strike Global Offensive is set to receive a modern redesign and re-release of a classic Counter-Strike map next week. This time, DE Mirage is set to receive the overhaul treatment as announced in a blog post on the Counter-Strike website of Friday of this week. While the map isn't set to arrive in-game until next week, the blog post explains the level design theory Valve considered and applied when recreating the map in order to bring it into 2013. If you'd like to learn more how this new version of Mirage will differ from older versions of the map in regards to both visuals and gameplay, or if you're just interested in getting a head start planning your flanking routes and sniper nests, be sure to head on over to the CS blog via link in the video description. The Steam trading card beta continued to expand earlier this week, with the introduction and support for 9 new games. These include Left 4 Dead 2, which became Valve's 6th officially supported game, featuring 8 collectible cards, all of which are themed after the game's special infected and images based off the game's long-running mutation game mode. The other 8 games updated to feature trading card support include Monsters Love You, Really Big Sky, Fairy Solitaire, Bit Trip Runner 2, Sanctum 2, Go Home Dinosaurs, Triple Town, and Cube Man 2. Valve also announced that new game titles will hopefully be added to the service every Tuesday and Thursday, so stay tuned for more support coming twice a week from now on. We'll let you know if and when more Valve titles arrive on the service. The most recent cover image of Game Informer magazine was leaked earlier this week when the online version of the issue was accidentally uploaded to the Google Play Store ahead of the magazine's scheduled launch. Game Informer is well known for featuring reveals of brand new game titles on their front cover before anyone else, and this issue is no exception. The upcoming issue features the first game by Respawn Entertainment, an independent game development studio set up by Call of Duty creators Jason West and Vince Zampella. The game, known as Titanfall, is an upcoming first-person shooter set to feature large Titan robots and a whole lot of shooting. What interests us, however, is the mention that this new next-gen title, which is set for release on PC, Xbox 360, and the recently revealed Xbox One console, will run on a modified version of Valve's source engine. Few technical details about the version of the engine were shared, leading journalists such as PC gamers Phil Savage to speculate the engine had most likely been given a next-gen twist by Respawn Entertainment or Valve in order to bring the decade-old engine up to speed for the next generation. Whether or not the game is set to run on a modified version of the current Source engine or a pre-release of Source 2 still remains to be seen. We'll keep you posted regarding any possible future updates regarding Valve's potential involvement with Titanfall. For this week's discussion, let us know what sequel to an existing non-Valve game series you would like to use the Source or Source 2 engine. Leave a comment below letting us know what your top 3 options are and why you think the Source engine would be a good fit. In merchandise news, NECA released another preview of some upcoming Team Fortress 2 action figures earlier this week. This time, they released 4 new images showing unfinished versions of some Engineer and Spy figures. However, unlike last year's Soldier model, the new pair appear dramatically less finalized or polished and are clearly still in the early prototype stages of development. These new images also provide a sneak peek at a variety of accessories which might be included with the final models, including the Engineer's pistol, monkey wrench, and toolbox. GamingHeads, Valve's official statuette partner, also provided an in-depth behind-the-scenes look at the production and development of their upcoming sniper figurine, which is set to be released sometime soon. The preview album on the company's Facebook wall provides an interesting look at each of the individual components used to build the entire figure and how each part is individually prepared and organized. We've included links to the NECA and GamingHeads preview albums in the video description, and as always, we'll keep you posted with news regarding any Valve-related merchandise. In similar news, you might remember on last week's show when we told you about a blog post on the Team Fortress website which informed the community about an upcoming 15-second commercial set to air at midnight on Sunday, June 2nd on Adult Swim during the premiere of Venture Brothers Season 3. The commercial, currently being shown on screen, turned out to be nothing more than a simplistic short highlighting Valve's partnership with Adult Swim, which has continued this week in the form of a new series of Venture Brothers-themed hats. Yep. Even more hats. The Pyro's Breather Bag, Medic's Weathermaster, and Scout's Bacteria Blocker can all now be picked up from the Team Fortress store or randomly found by crafting other random hats together. While we're sure all the kids these days love collecting virtual hats, we can hope that we'll get something a little more impressive the next time Valve has a Team Fortress 2 themed video to show off. Just give us the 15-minute short, damn it! That brings us to the end of another week of Valve news. Regular visitors to our website may have already seen the recent Welcome to ValveTime, an introduction, trailer we released earlier this week as part of our efforts to update our channel in accordance with the recent YouTube layout changes. If you're new to ValveTime or you'd like to get a better understanding of what we're about or who I am, feel free to head on over there via an annotation link currently on screen. Stay tuned for more ValveTime videos, news, and reviews coming soon. Thanks for watching and bye for now.